my sweet crafty friends, it's Monique with Grace and Tattered Lace. Let's make a cute little reindeer using a 2x4 piece of wood. The first thing we did was cut that wood down into about 10 inches long. Then I took this home decor chalk paint in the color of Java, used a little bit of water, spritzed my board, and wiped that down with a wipe, giving it a nice little stained look. After that was dry, I whipped out this cute little face that we cut out on the laser. If you're interested in the kit, just type kit in the comments and we'll get you the information. Comes in two ways, either a pack of 5 for the faces with the tags, or one kit for the reindeer with the 2x4 and the face cutouts. Anyway, I used some home decor paint in the color of lipstick red, and then just used some black and white to paint the eyes. Used a little bit of brown wax to stain that tag. And now we are using the sanding tool and just going around the edges of the nose and the eye. If you don't like that vintage look, you can just leave it as is and don't have to sand it. Now I just took some black ink and some distress oxide in the color of vintage antique linen, and just kind of went over that tag a little bit. It's just going for different kind of distressed vintagey look. I didn't really like how it looked there, so I took my sanding block and sanded off that harshness just to give it a little bit more worn and used. And you could see it kind of went around the edges just a little bit. Now I have this beautiful wire that I found over at Hobby Lobby. This is wired ribbon, and I just cut it down into strips about 20 to 22 inches, which ended up being a bit too long. So if you do this, make sure that you cut yours a little bit smaller. I would recommend more like 16 to 18 inches long to fit your board. I have three different prints here, then I just kind of layered them. There really wasn't a rhyme or reason of how I did it. Just kind of put it on there what felt right. I'm just using that Bodabra bow maker tool to make my bow. And there you can see my tails were much too long, so I did cut those down just so that those eyes didn't get cut right up once I was done fluffing it and figuring out where I wanted it to go. I used my staple gun and stapled that on top of there. Before I did that, I took these cute little picks, these floral picks that I found also at Hobby Lobby. I just love them. That's that velvety red look. I cut those stems down and used the staple gun to staple them on the wood. Then you could see I put that bow right over the top of that using the staple gun as well. Now I'm just going to put some hot glue onto the nose and the eyes and get that little face attached. Now play with your eyes and get it to be where you like it. So many different ways you can make those eyes go to give it some character. All right, now I just took a little bit of greenery, kind of just tucked it up inside that bow a little bit. Again, used my staple gun. Boy, I was fighting with the electric one. I think it needed to be charged. I ended up having to get the standard staple gun out to finish up the project. And apparently I forgot to cut this part out, so bear with me as we continue on here in 1 second as I was getting a new staple gun. Went ahead and attached all of that, and then I still wasn't happy with that tag. I thought it would match some of that gold that was in the bow. I went ahead and got this gold antique buff and rub and applied a little bit to that tag. Put a little piece of twine on there, looped it through and attached it to itself and hung it from his little antlers. And I just think that this turned out so darn cute. There's so many options, you guys. Those floral picks come in so many different colors. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this, give it a little sprinkle. Spread the love for me, friends. Love you.